Finally, it is official. The Trump token was a pump and dump scheme, not necessarily orchestrated by Trump itself, but definitely in his name. Now the question is, does it make sense to pick up the pieces? Does it make sense to buy low now after this crash? Because in the end, crypto is all about buying low and selling high. And obviously right now we are not very high. To be more precise, we are currently at $27.83. And at one point we had been at $47.71. So we're down by roughly 2/3. And it's not just the price that is going down, it's also the attention on the Trump token that is going down. And here's what's interesting. There is a correlation between attention and price. When the price is high, attention is high. When the price is low, attention is low. Thus, it makes sense to buy when nobody else talks about an asset. Have a look at the videos on this channel. This was the very first official Trump token video. It outperformed the average video by 8.1 times. It got 8.1 times more views. Another video followed that got 5.6 times more views than average. Here's another video, now only 60% more views. And here's the recent video, only 43% more views. It's still more views than average, but the delta is decreasing. And so my prediction is that this video is going to get even less views. It's going to get views as an average video, not much outperformance. Now, why does this matter? It matters because the market makers and the centralized exchanges, they don't only hold the Trump token as custody for their customers, right? They also hold the Trump token for market making. So when the price is going up and down, they can make money with the trading fees without actually having to transact on the blockchain. Now here's the blockchain in more detail. This is Solana, and the official Trump token is still by far the most liquid token. It's got $616 million worth of liquidity. The next token, Coin, has only 20 million. So in terms of capital deployed, official Trump is still dominating the Solana chain. However, in terms of trading volume, that's not the case. There was only 63 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours on Solana, only 1/10 roughly of the liquidity pool size. That's very different from your average meme coin, right? ARK had 6 times the liquidity pool in trading volume. Vine, very similar, 5 times. People that provided liquidity for DeepSeek, they are raking in a lot of ROI on their liquidity pool. There was more than 100 times the trading volume in the last 24 hours compared to the liquidity on chain. So those kind of people make money. The ways decentralized exchanges work is that there is no order book. So it's not like on centralized exchanges where there are sellers that say, I'm going to sell the Trump token, for example, at those kinds of levels, these kinds of amounts. For decentralized exchanges, there are liquidity pools. So there are people that own the token, that own both sides of the liquidity pool. So let's say USDC and the Trump token, they own both sides. They provide this to the decentralized exchange. And then the decentralized exchange is going to execute the swap, right? It may take in USDC and then give out the Trump token. And the ratio of USDC to Trump token in this example is then what determines the price. Now, whenever that process happens, whenever money flows in or out of a liquidity pool, a fee is imposed on the person that is swapping. That's between 0.2 to 0.5% of the amount that's swapped. Now, the people that provide liquidity to the liquidity pool, they get a fraction of that fee. So the more trading volume there is, the more those liquidity pool providers make return on their deposited funds, so USDC and Trump in this example. And so whoever is currently providing liquidity for Trump is not making a lot of money at all. And this can be extrapolated not just to the decentralized exchanges, but also to the centralized ones. So the KuCoins, HTXs and Binances of this world, they now hold all of those tokens without generating adequate fees. And that's a problem for them. That's why this matters. The Trump token launched helped Solana as well, right? This is the Solana dominance, and it suddenly shot up by almost 30%. And now it's coming back down again because attention on Trump is fading. Solana was one of the worst performing blockchains in the last week with the most outflows in terms of total value locked. And the Trump token seems to be stabilizing. By the way, this over here, the $13, this is when the first video on Trump was published on this channel, right? I tried to be early over here. And so if you don't want to miss out on those early videos, feel free to subscribe, right? I publish videos on various meme coins regularly on this channel. But yeah, it seems like we are now stabilizing in the price. And so is the trading volume, right? The trading volume went pretty much from absolute domination to just a small fizzle of what happened before. Crypto is a transfer mechanism from the people that buy in late to the people that bought in early. And the people that tended to buy in late, they didn't buy directly on chain, right? They bought through things like debit cards. Now, what does this mean, buy via debit card? It means that the token gets bought through a platform called Moonshot. And since the blockchain is transparent, we can have a look at that Moonshot trading activity. And especially in the first hours, that was massive, right? There was 1 hour where there was more than 15 million worth of Trump token that was bought through Moonshot. But now this fizzled into pretty much nothingness. Even the people that tend to be late to the party, they aren't that interested in Trump anymore either. And so now most purchases on Moonshot are not Trump related anymore. At one point it was actually the case. 55% of trading volume on Moonshot was Trump. Now it's only 1%. And so of course the fees that are generated from Moonshot are also declining. Still, despite all of this, there are a lot of holders for Trump on chain. There are more than 700,000 holders to be more exact. So those are all wallets that have a non-zero balance of the Trump token, but not all of those wallets are very large, right? Some of them might just hold a few cents of the token. We see how the number of recurring traders and first-time traders is also coming down every day. It's now at roughly 8,000 per day. The number of token transactions also tends to rather decline. Here's the trading volume on chain. So this is not Moonshot, but this is actually purchases on the Solana chain. And on the launch day, that was more than 8 billion. Yesterday, there was just a bit over 100 million. And more of the trading volume is now done by the smaller wallets. The whales and the large retail wallets aren't trading Trump that much right now. And so yeah, it's 700,000 holders in total. And we can see the number of those holders here on this left chart. It tends to go down, but not that quickly. However, once we put in a minimum holding threshold, so that's 4 tokens here in the middle, so roughly $100 worth of the token, then we see how the decline was much more rapid, right? The number of such wallets went down by almost 50%. When we then look at the people that have serious money in the token, so at the current price, roughly $100,000 worth of the token, that went down even more. Almost 75% of holders have already exited the Trump token. So it's clearly again a case of the whales buying in early and the big money dumping on the small money. The small money isn't selling as quickly as the big money is. Now, crypto as a whole is clearly expanding right now. The stablecoin market cap is going up. That means that people are sending their fiat currency indirectly, for example, through centralized exchanges to the stablecoin issuers. So whenever money is flowing into crypto, we see the stablecoin market cap going up. Whenever money is flowing out of crypto, we tend to see the stablecoin market caps going down. Over here is the Terra Luna collapse. So this is when UST went bust. Afterwards, we had the FTX collapse. And then since October of 2023, we are expanding again. So money is flowing into crypto. People are sending their fiat to the issuers. And then we can see that issuance here on chain. Now, had you bought Bitcoin in October of 2023, the gains would have been nice. So that's an appreciation of 281% in the span of a bit over a year. But then there's of course inherent leverage in smaller tokens, right? It takes a lot of money to move Bitcoin. It doesn't take that much money to move something like Fartcoin, for example. Fartcoin, since listing on CoinMarketCap, went up by 18,000%. Isn't that better than just holding Bitcoin? The art is of course to find something like Fartcoin early, right? To be among the insiders, to be among the people that tend to make the right trades. And here is how I personally find those tokens early. I made a video on Fartcoin very early on this channel, and the way I did this is I got an alert that Kyle Chessy bought the token at 5 cents. That was on October 23rd, and I got that alert via on-chain analysis. So through various techniques, we can find what influencer owns what kind of wallet, and then we can get those wallets and get alerts whenever those wallets transact. And so for Kyle Chessy, for example, we've got 12 wallets that we are following. Here is his YouTube channel. He's got 141,000 subscribers. And this is how the price developed since that alert, right? A very nice gain, much better than just buying and holding Bitcoin. And also over a shorter time period, right? This is October of 2024 and the crypto expansion started in October of 2023. So 1 year since that alert. And so really this is, I believe, how to make money. It's very important to have an edge in the market, to know more than the rest. It's not enough to just buy the largest of the tokens because again, it's all about the upside. Have a look at the top performing meme tokens in the last 7 days. It's all relatively small market caps. It's in the tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions. Each and every single token made at least 100% in the last week. This is very different to the largest meme coins, right? Not a single one of those tokens made 100% in the last week. It's really about buying those small tokens and buying them early, knowing those tokens before others do, knowing those tokens when the smart money is buying in as well. And so I just bought another token today. This time crypto god John bought the token for $50,000. And we don't necessarily need to get the best traders always, right? It's just enough to follow traders that have a lot of followers, right? Crypto god John has 775,000 followers. When he talks about a token, of course this generates attention and attention leads to purchases and purchases lead to rising prices. It's not even necessarily about following the smartest people. It's just about following the people that have other people that follow them so that we simply have purchases after our purchase. Since that alert, the price of that token more than doubled already. And so we're not just following Kyle Chessy and Crypto god John. Another influencer that has very high risk plays is Crypto Gains. He's got 144,000 subscribers. He buys into very small tokens as well. And he's got a very loyal following. And we've got 55 of his wallets. He's changing wallets more often than other people change their underwear. So this is why the number is so inflated. But we've also got wallets by the really big guys. The people that might not buy the super micro caps, but that have a lot of following to still move even bigger tokens. For example, Crypto Banter, 1.4 million subscribers and 33 wallets of them are tracked by us. I really like this strategy. That's why I made a dedicated tutorial course just on that topic. How can we find influencer wallets? So there are several approaches. How can we then also track those wallets and how can we finally interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. Premium is not just about wallet tracking, it's also about risk mitigation. It's also about on-chain analytics, right? The charts that we have seen in this video. There are more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, just message me within the first 7 days and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. Now, does it make sense to buy the Trump token now at those price lows? Because the attention is so low, does it make sense to buy when nobody is looking? For Bitcoin, that's definitely the case, right? When nobody talks about Bitcoin, when people call Bitcoin a scam, we should definitely buy Bitcoin because we can hold Bitcoin over the long term, right? Bitcoin will be around in 5 years. It will be around in 10 years. So every dip is always a buying opportunity. For tokens like Trump, it's a bit more risky, but I do believe that at least for the next 4 years, there will still be speculation around the token, especially when there's positive news around Trump. But let's zoom out a little bit further. Let's look at the altcoin market cap as a whole in crypto. What we have got over here is the others dominance. So this is how much of all of crypto is currently in the altcoins that are not in the top 10. And this fluctuates and this tends to go up over time, but there is some kind of a range. Now those two lines are the same lines, they are parallel and they somewhat connect the tops and the bottoms. It's not perfect, but it is an approximation. And when we look at the current levels, the altcoins are comparatively cheap. In the last 4 years, we haven't been that low on altcoins very often. Only in May, June of 2023 and in the third quarter of 2024. But subsequently, we tended to see quite a bit of a rally of altcoins. So maybe, again, this would point towards an opportunity to take some risk. The market makers are somewhat in a dilemma here because most trading volume happens now on the centralized exchanges. It does not happen anymore on chain. And on top of that, there's also perpetual futures on the price. So bets on the price, that's dominated by Binance. The market makers are forced to reignite interest into the Trump token because they have to offload their positions that are not customer custodied funds. Thus, volatility, I believe, is very likely going to go up. And it's especially the upside volatility that creates most attention, where then new people might be buying in again. So this is usually how it goes, right? The price goes up and then small retail is going to buy again because they think now the rally starts again. Yes, official Trump is not small. The market cap is 5.5 billion, but there's also Shiba Inu with 11 billion, and so a rally of 30, 40, 50% is definitely in the realm of possibility. I'm not saying that the Trump token has to 10x from here and that it's going to beat Dogecoin, but I am saying that the market makers are feeling the pressure. At one point those unlocks will hit the market, the supply will increase, the insiders will sell the token, and the centralized exchanges definitely don't want to be the bag holders when that selling happens. And so I think it's a good idea to actually buy now when most people aren't considering to buy. Yes, nobody can time the bottoms and it probably makes sense to dollar cost average to a degree, but I do believe that at some point we will see increased volatility. Maybe there will be a small little piece of news and that will be enough to trigger the market makers to push up the price a lot. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.